Coming up on News Live at 6, Stand With Survivors SU continues to protest on campus. Our reporter Lindsey Fine has more.
Plus, students are already planning off-campus housing for next year. Our reporter Zach Richter tells us about how the housing search is different this year.
And the New York State Health Commissioner steps down after 7.5 years of public service. All that and more. News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is CitrusTV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
Stand With Survivors SU takes to the streets once again. Good evening, I'm Ryan Baker.
And I'm Katie Lane. Students continue to demonstrate after gathering Tuesday night to protest what they say is a culture of sexual assault on Syracuse University's campus. CitrusTV reporter Lindsey Fine is here with what happened last night. Lindsey?
Thanks, Katie. The protests against sexual assault on campus continued last night. However, there were fewer demonstrators, and some protesters say the message was different from what they expected. One student said he was uncomfortable protesting because of the change.
I thought that this protest was going to be about accountability about sexual assault within Greek life, which is, I felt like, what a lot of people were expecting.
Instead, the protest organizers' message shifted. Their focus last night was about how they say the university and DPS covers up sexual assault allegations in the SU athletic department, something we cannot confirm took place. Protesters went to Sims Hall, where DPS is located. They could not enter the physical office because it was closed for the night.
You're called the Department of Public Safety. How about you actually produce some safety and protect us from goddamn work?
From there, the protesters went to Chancellor Kent Syverud's residence. They say the purpose of that was to ask him to reform Syracuse's Title IX process, which outlines how the university should handle cases of sexual assault. The chancellor said earlier that day that a task force has been working since 2014 to improve communication, raise awareness, implement training, and regularly review the campus climate related to sexual and relationship violence. But the university is ultimately bound by New York State and federal law in this area. Ryan, back to you.
Thanks, Lindsey. The latest now on SU's COVID numbers, there are currently 74 active COVID-19 cases on campus. This is a decrease of 17 since yesterday. This includes 4 new student cases and 2 new employee cases. There are currently 2 students in quarantine.
Syracuse University's chancellor is telling faculty that their COVID-19 response is among the best in the country. The comments came during a university senate meeting yesterday. Syverud says COVID cases on campus have been falling for the past 7 days. He added that the university still believes that there has not been a case of COVID transmitted in the classroom. Syverud spoke positively about our students' efforts.
Our students are, by and large, happy to be here, happy to be back in in-person learning. They are, for the most part, wearing their masks, following public health guidelines, participating in a very extensive surveillance testing program.
Dining halls across Syracuse University's main campus will be receiving a major technology upgrade. Finger scanners are being introduced as a substitute for the Get mobile app and SUID card.
The scanners are designed to cut down waiting times and provide students with a contact-free option to enter dining halls. This program is available to students with unlimited and block meal swipe plans. Hundreds of students have already signed up. Students interested should visit Steele Hall in room 206.
MySlice will be unavailable this coming Saturday and Sunday. Syracuse University's Information Technology Services released an email to all students earlier this morning. ITS says the latest update will include better compatibility on mobile devices and enhanced accessibility. They say the upgrade will improve MySlice security through a newly implemented 2-factor authorization.
Syracuse University has a new Vice President for International Strategy. John Liu previously served as the Vice President for Research, but will take on a new role. The job entails facilitating meaningful international partnerships in order to create opportunities in scholarships, creative work, as well as research. Arts and Sciences and Maxwell students can now gain an additional certification before graduation. The EDGE program allows students to use their extracurricular experience as proof of career and graduate school readiness. Research, internships, study abroad, and community engagement are just some of the ways that this distinction can be earned. More information can be found on the EDGE program's website.
And Fall College will soon introduce an online certificate of advanced study in sports analytics for the upcoming spring semester. The program would explore different categories of statistics used for analyzing athlete performance and sports business practices. The academic program is 12 credits and will be implemented by the Fall College. The application process has already opened and is available online.
Even though it is only a month into the school year, off-campus housing is going quickly. CitrusTV reporter Zach Richter joins us live outside Park Point to tell us how the search for housing is going.
Thanks,
Zach?
Ryan. Off-campus housing for next year is going quicker than ever before. The 505 on Walnut is almost sold out for next year, and Park Point here behind me is completely sold out. So if you haven't started looking for housing, there is no time like the present. Every fall, sophomores and juniors arrive on SU's campus just settling into their current housing options for the school year and then realize they already need to find a place to live for the following year. It is not even a month since the school year started, and most leases for off-campus houses are going quickly. Broadcast major Noah Weiss says that he knows he needs to start looking.
I don't know, the uncertainty is a little stressful. I think everyone knows how quickly the leases at a lot of the off-campus apartments go, so just trying to figure that out. It's been a little stressful, but we're working on it, and hopefully I'll figure it out soon.
Even though sophomore Veer Batra knows what type of house he's looking for, he is also stressed out because he has yet to sign a lease for next year.
We're looking for the bigger houses that are also not too far away from campus, but we haven't really quite started looking. A lot of people have, which kind of freaks me out.
Rent from Bren is one of the most popular landlords from students looking for off-campus housing. He says that he is already almost completely sold out for next school year.
For us, our rental season began in late August. Today is September 21st, and we're already 70% done. I've only got about 30 places left out of about 115 that I started with to rent for next year.
Ben believes another important part of the process is finding roommates who are dedicated to living together and starting the search.
You get together and you all look each other in the eye and say, we're late. We need to start a house hunt. Are you in?
And landlords do tell me that if you have not signed a lease yet, there are still some prime locations available. And even if you don't use Rent from Ben, there are still other landlords here in the Syracuse area. Reporting live outside Park Point tonight, Zach Richter, CitrusTV News.
Thank you, Zach. The largest gathering of food trucks in the history of Central New York is happening this weekend at the New York State Fairgrounds. 35 trucks from Ithaca, Utica, Rochester, and more will be there from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. A competition with a panel of judges will be conducted between each of the trucks, and a People's Choice Prize will be awarded. Admission is $5, and a portion will go to 3 local charities.
Downtown Syracuse's Landmark Theater sets new COVID protocols through at least the end of 2021. Attendees ages 12 and up must show proof of at least 1 dose of COVID vaccine, and everyone will be required to wear a mask at all times unless eating or drinking. However, some performances will require different protocols. More information can be found on their website. And the Fayetteville-Manlius School District is focusing on students' mental health as schools continue to adapt to ongoing pandemic. The school's new custom program will work to enhance student wellness by partnering with local mental health care facilities. According to a statement sent from Fayetteville-Manlius Schools, the facilities will provide mental, emotional, social, and behavioral health services to F&M students grades K through 12. New York State Health Commissioner Dr. Howard Zucker resigns from his post as Governor Kathy Hochul made an announcement this morning in her latest COVID-19 briefing. She reflected on his time in the government's position.
Dr. Semmelweis's discovery is a reminder that the best doctors are those who look, they listen to their patients.
Hackensack Meridian facilities, including the use of
New York City's public school vaccine mandate for teachers and staff is reinstated. A state judge has lifted a temporary restraining order on the mandate after a coalition of city unions had filed a lawsuit against its implementation.
The mandate requires that all school employees in New York City get at least a first dose of the COVID vaccine by September 27th. Officials from the union say they will continue to pursue legal action. Now, Ryan, I don't know about you, but walking to studio today and honestly all day, I've been drenched in rain. My shoes are soaking wet.
Did you experience the same thing coming in today?
Yes, absolutely. My socks are still wet. It's very uncomfortable under the desk right here, but you know, that's just how it is. Yeah.
It really is. It really is. Sammy, what's it looking like outside right now? Do we have to be worried?
We do have to be a little bit worried, guys. I can definitely relate to what you were just saying. Today, of course, I was running through campus all day without my umbrella, just my luck. I was unprepared this morning, but luckily tonight we're going to see the showers. They're just going to slow down and come to a stop, hopefully. But right now, it's 65 degrees and pretty humid, so if you're wondering why it's a little sticky when you walk outside, the humidity is up pretty high. And tonight, temperatures are going to drop down a little bit, and they're going to go down to about 56 degrees. So we're going to get some cooler temperatures tonight. But that's all I have for you guys right now. Ryan, Katie, back to you.
Thank you, Sammy. Coming up after the break, the U.S. government is 1 week away from potentially shutting down. Find out the latest details from Capitol Hill.
Plus, the CDC advisory panel voted on Pfizer booster shots today. Stay with us.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay. Yeah. Hey Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
You're watching Citrus TV News with Ryan Baker, Katie Lane, Sammy Lindell, and Erica Love. Citrus TV News, your campus news leader.
The Office of Management and Budget is beginning preparation in the event that a government shutdown occurs. The U.S. government is set to run out of funding by next Thursday.
The House of Representatives passed a bill to fund the government until December. However, the bill is not expected to pass into law in the Senate.
And a coroner confirms that the remains found at a Wyoming campground are in fact Gabby Petito's. The remains were found Sunday at Spread Creek Dispersed Camping Area. The official cause of death will not be finalized until an autopsy is conducted.
Petito's fiancé, Brian Laundrie, has been named a person of interest by the FBI. Laundrie was with Petito on the road trip before she died. Laundrie disappeared after initially refusing to cooperate with police. Laundrie's parents' home, where he was living with Petito, was searched by the FBI, and police have begun a massive manhunt.
And students in Florida will not be required to quarantine if exposed to COVID-19. Florida's newly appointed Surgeon General announced that parents will have the option of choosing whether their child should quarantine or go to school. The previous rule mandated at least a 4-day quarantine in the event of exposure.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis says that there will be quarantining students through a symptoms-based approach. This comes after DeSantis' administration consistent opposition to mask and vaccine mandates.
President Joe Biden plans to buy 500 million doses of Pfizer vaccines to be distributed globally. He made the announcement at the UN Virtual Summit with other world leaders on Wednesday.
With this new purchase, the U.S. will be donating 1.1 billion doses by the end of 2022. The U.S. is currently the top donor of vaccines, having donated to 100 countries.
African countries with limited access to vaccines spoke out at the UN's annual meeting of world leaders today. South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa says, quote, more than 82% of the world's vaccine doses have been acquired by wealthy countries, while less than 1% has gone to low-income countries.
The World Health Organization says only 15% of the promised vaccine donations from countries have been delivered, and the UN Health Agency urged countries to fulfill their dose-sharing pledges immediately and make shots available for poorer countries, Africa in particular.
And Italian immigrants in Chile continue to make their way to the United States by the thousands. Their main line of communication with informants has been social media platforms such as WhatsApp and Facebook, among others.
The International Organization for Migration reports that migration paths have become dangerously irregular due to misinformation. They say information shared on social media apps often becomes distorted as it travels through immigrant communities.
And President Biden and French President Emmanuel Macron will discuss the recent submarine tension in person at the end of October. One White House official marked a Wednesday phone call between the two leaders as a friendly negotiation.
Macron announced that the French ambassador would return to Washington next week after being recalled last Friday due to a pact between the U.S., Australia, and Britain.
And coming up, we take a look at our weekly weather update. Stay tuned. I'm so...
Superheroes? Just four brothers who hate bullies and love this city. Whoa! Gear up, guys.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
From the CitrusTV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Hello and welcome back to Citrus TV. Now, tomorrow's weather is looking pretty good. Tomorrow when you wake up at 9 a.m., it's going to be about 54 degrees, and it's going to go up to 67 at around 3 p.m. But when the game time comes around, because tomorrow is game day, it's going to be 63 degrees at 8 p.m., but prepare for those temperatures to drop soon after. It's going to be partly cloudy all day, pretty mild day overall. And our current temperatures across the board, we're looking at 65 degrees in the north in Fulton, going all the way down to the south in Elmira. It's going to be 65 degrees as well. Over to the east, 68 degrees in Rome, and over to the west, 66 degrees in Rochester. So pretty mild temperatures, all within the 60s, all across the board. But that's all I have for you guys right now. Ryan, Katie?
Thank you, Sammy. McDonald's is promising to make their Happy Meal toys more environmentally friendly. The fast food company has promised to cut back on the amount of plastic in their toys by 2025. McDonald's has stated that they have already cut back their plastic use in toys by 30% since 2018. Happy Meals are sold by McDonald's in over 100 countries.
Coming up in sports, Syracuse football looks for their first win streak in 2 years. That story and more after the break. Stay tuned.
Your girls have been with you through every moment of your life. They were with you when you felt unbreakable. With you that time you felt most alone. And with you when you realized you would never be. They were with you when you shared your love with the world. And with you when she became your world. Your girls have never left you. They're still with you right now. But how well do you know them? Knowing your breasts can save your life.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
And now, your CitrusTV Sports Report.
Syracuse women's lacrosse is back for the first time since a near storybook season. Good evening, I'm James Catato. This Saturday, the Orange are hosting their annual play day at the Lampe Athletics Complex and Skytop Field. Now, we all know that special run they had this past season when they made the national championship game. But this weekend is special, not just because the national runners-up are hitting the field again. It's because every team playing this weekend is coached by a Cuse-Lax alum. The squads include UAlbany, headed by 09's Katie Rowan Thompson, Army West Point, coached by 2013's Michelle Tumalo, and Villanova, coached by Jill Batchelor, or DePetris, as you knew her when she played here in 07. Syracuse play 3 games on the day, their first coming at 10 a.m. On the high school sports scene, it's been a difficult go for these athletes, and they're going to have to keep wearing masks inside during the winter season if they want to play at all. The New York State Public High School Athletic Association released a formal statement clearing up the issue as students weren't even required to wear masks during the fall sports season at all. The statement from health officials saying that if social distancing can exist during indoor sports, no mask is required. If no mask is worn, social distancing is kept and players still don't want to wear masks, well then they won't be able to compete. We the Cuse in the house. Oh my God. This is not a chant for Cuse basketball. We're still a few months away from that, but it's actually for football. And that's the cause for celebration, at least at this point. The Orange are off to an impressive 2-1 start on the year, and they take their house Friday when they welcome the Liberty Flames. Now, this is looked at as potentially the Orange's toughest task yet. The Flames are headed by a junior quarterback and Heisman dark horse Malik Willis, and he's been torching opposing defenses this season. 613 yards, 7 touchdowns, no interceptions, and the best QB rating in all of college football. Mix a top-tier college talent like that with a lockdown college defense in the Orange, and it's a recipe for some fun. Kickoff is at 8 p.m. Now, something wholesome for the timeline. Orange legend Carmelo Anthony was doing a book signing for his new read, Where Tomorrows Aren't Promised, a memoir of survival and hope. During the book signing, a young Lakers fan approached Melo and asked him this. Check it out.
Are you still friends with LeBron James?
Yes.
Look, I'm wearing a shirt.
I see that.
So then Melo then tweeted at LeBron James asking, "Hey, King James, we cool?" To which LeBron replied, "Man, I guess so." And then the lifelong friends and new teammates will put on the purple and gold this season in pursuit of an NBA championship. And guys, I can't lie, that's pretty darn cute.
That is adorable.
That was a really wholesome video. It hadn't actually come across my timeline. That was the first time I saw that. That was really awesome.
Glad we could break that for you.
Now, James, you talked a little about the Syracuse Liberty game this weekend.
Yeah.
Sean Tucker did really well last week, but do you think Cuse has what it takes to pull out a win tomorrow night?
So Liberty quarterback Malik Willis, obviously one of the best quarterbacks in college football right now, but Sean Tucker, he has the 9th most rushing yards in college football. So if anybody's going to gash that Liberty defense, it's going to be Sean Tucker. I think it's going to be a really close game, I'm going to have Liberty. I'm going to pick Liberty. I'd like to go with Syracuse, but I think it's a close game.
Anyone to watch out for besides Sean Tucker?
I think Tommy DeVito, with that injury scare, I think that he's going to come with a vengeance. And we may see Garrett Schrader, but I would say Tommy DeVito is going to be at the helm for that Syracuse. Watch that defense. If that defense can hold Malik Willis to a few touchdowns, because he's been going off, I would say the Orange have a good chance.
Well, James, thank you so much. When we come back, one last look at your weather.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
You go and step out of the vehicle for me?
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. So we're seeing some showers today, and we're going to see some showers later on in the week. But this weekend's looking pretty nice. You know, we've got a high of 72 and a low of 52 today. But over the weekend, we're going to see a high of 69 tomorrow and a low of 51. On Saturday, a high of 74 and a low of 54. And on Sunday, everybody better be at Juice Jam because it's going to be a high of 66 and a low of 54. I think the Juice Jam is located on South Campus, so everybody better be showing up. I'm going to be there too. On Monday, we're going to see some showers, unfortunately, so let's enjoy the weekend while we can. Monday's going to be a high of 68 and a low of 55. Now, let's look at our wake-up weather forecast, guys. All right, so we got a pretty nice day tomorrow, don't you guys think? Waking up to 58 degrees. No rain, thank God. We have been seeing a lot of rain lately, especially today with 10-mile-an-hour winds, so a pretty mild morning.
Yeah, Sammy, I am so thankful that rain is holding off for this weekend because the Jonas Brothers are coming to Syracuse Sunday at 6 p.m. to perform at St. Joseph's Amphitheater.
In order to attend, fans must show a proof of a negative COVID test within 72 hours or a full vaccination card. More information can be found on the venue's website. Now, you know, Juice Jam is on Sunday, and the Jonas Brothers is on Sunday. It's going to be a jam-packed day because I have tickets to both.
That is a double whammy. Day of music. Also have tickets to both. So excited. Are there any songs that you guys hope that, I know you're not going to Jonas Brothers, but Ryan, how about Jonas Brothers? Any songs?
I know you guys are more of the camp rock age Jonas Brother fans, but I'm more of the new age Jonas Brothers songs, you know, yeah. You know, Burning Up, it'll be fun, but I like their new album.
That's a good one. You know, my dad actually really loves the Jonas Brothers for some reason. He just is in love with them. When they got back together, he completely freaked out.
As did we all.
we all did, but that's all the time we have for you today on Citrus TV News. For more of the latest, follow us at Citrus TV News on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm Katie Lane.
I'm Ryan Baker. From all of us here at Citrus TV, have a great night, Syracuse.